G'day everybody, Matt Ellis with you for the latest edition of the Cricket Library podcast, and a real treat for us today, we get to hear the Jannatul Sumona story.
Sumona, that's one's a bit shorter, bowled! Gone straight through. Bolton misjudged the length, it was a bit quicker, a bit shorter from Sumona. And the Meteors strike, they get their first wicket. The Victorian skipper who's gone, Nicole Fulton, bowled Sumona for 29. It's 1 for 68.
The young lady who grew up in Bangladesh, represented her country at a young age, and then made the big move down under to Australia to continue pursuing her dream of being a full-time professional cricketer.
Hook continuing. Hit hard. Oh, the fielding. Direct hit. Wonderful work from the import for the ACT. We see Sumona off for 147.
His replay hit really nicely in the end, and just again hitting and taking off there. A great piece of fielding from Sumona, had one stump to aim at, and from the angle that we were sitting at, Britt Carter, it never looked like missing. This will show you a really good throw, and what a piece of fielding that is.
She'll take us through the highs and the lows of the journey so far. We'll hear some insights into her aspirations for the future. And of course, we'll ask her who the three people are that she'd most like to invite to the cricket nets. It's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy the Jannatul Sumona story on the Cricket Library podcast. It's a very warm welcome to the Cricket Library podcast. Jannatul Sumona, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for people who is listening at the same time.
Yeah, we've got some great listeners around the world, and we love sharing stories about people who love the game of cricket, and that's something that you definitely have as part of your makeup, is you've got a real deep love for cricket. For people that don't know, you grew up in Bangladesh. Can you give us a little bit of a background of what it was like for you as a little girl growing up in Bangladesh?
Yeah, I grew up in Bangladesh. So my family is a Muslim. I belong a Muslim family, and also at the same time, sports is not that common in our background. Even my family background, no one's do sports, and also my neighbors. I never saw anyone play professional sports. But yeah, when I grew up in the child, my neighbors and my friends, they play lots of sports in the backyard.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like more likely all the boys keep playing. So I am only one girl there, like playing, doing sports. And yeah, my parents are like very happy how I do when I was kids. But I was a bit different to the other kids when I was growing. I was very much into sports. I love to play there have a couple of other games, like not only cricket, soccer, basketball, handball, and yeah, cycling, lots of games I used to play. And I have more passion than other kids, like I growing up. And I have aim on life. It's like I want to be an athlete. And I'm very good at soccer. I used to be very good in soccer. So I always looking for I want to be a athlete, and it's like my dream from childhood. And I'm so happy I have very supportive family. As I mentioned, my family is like Muslim, and also like sports is not only I am not because of the girls, it's like no one's in the boys or anyone plays sports in my family before. So I'm so lucky to having like this family who is very supportive, helping me to fulfill my aim, what I'm looking for. So yeah.
And what do mum and dad do for work back at home?
My dad working for government, and my mom is housewife.
Very important job, that one. That is a very, very important job. Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have two siblings. I have two sisters and one younger brother.
And are they athletic as well?
Not really. It's my family. Like my dad always like want us to do study. Study is everything in our life when we are growing up. So that's very surprising when people saw us, like especially me, how I like being a cricketer because my dad, like they have nothing else in our life is give the priority without study. So yeah, like we are very much like career oriented and study, something like this, which is funny when I think now.
And when did you realize that you loved cricket? When did, like you mentioned, you played soccer? Obviously, someone like Elise Perry, she was a very good soccer player, a very good cricket player as well. Talia Wilson, who we've spoken to on the podcast here as well, she was a very good hockey player and ended up choosing cricket. How did you end up choosing cricket?
So I used to watch soccer a lot, and that's how I love soccer. And always Cristiano is my favorite. I always dreaming for lots of people gonna cheer for me in the ground, and yeah, it's like I always wanted to be the like one of the key player. Everyone's looking for it, and then I realized like if as I'm growing in Bangladesh, Bangladesh is not good at soccer, and then I realized maybe if I play soccer, no one even recognize my skill and everything.
Yeah.
Then I realized like cricket is the one of the biggest sports in Bangladesh, so I should play cricket rather than soccer, so I can be the same in cricket field. But I'm feeling so good in this age. I'm talking about I am maybe 5 or 6 years old, and that time I realized that. So I feel like so good in this age I have this realization, and
Yeah.
I think like I choose the right sports as well.
Yeah, and did you have an opportunity to play in teams? Like in Australia, boys and girls grow up, they do the Woolworths Cricket Blast, and then they join a local cricket club or play at their local school. What were the opportunities like for you to play cricket as a young girl?
Yeah, I had when I before 10 years old, I just used to play in front of my house backyard like the other with the other kids. But when I was like 10 years old, I started playing like kind of semi-professional. We don't have like cricket blast or any program that time. And when I started cricket, there have no age level cricket back home as well. So I play NCL like recently I debuted in for ACT, so similar kind of tournament in back home when I was 11. So my maximum other teammates was like 18 plus, something like this, and I'm the youngest one playing with them. So it was pretty special for me. But yeah, I started playing leaderboard cricket or like more kind of semi-professional, proper cricket when I'm 10 years old. But we don't have that much op- opportunity during this time, like age level or cricket plus, something like this. So yeah,
Yeah, so you were playing with adults from when you were 10 and 11 years old.
yeah, I do. It's like kind of it's a history. If I say it in this perspective, I don't think so that in this young age no one plays this like high level cricket or kind of semi-professional level cricket during I mean in this time. I don't think so in Bangladesh no one's playing this age. So I was like kind of youngest kids in the team.
Wow. Wow, that sounds really exciting as a youngster to have that opportunity to learn the game that way. When did you start bowling off spin?
So I used to bowl like pace, and I was like wicket keeper when I was starting my cricket. But one day I had a study. I'm gonna say this thing soon, like my background where I had a study from. It's a sports school in back home. It's called Bangladesh Institute of Sports. So it's like higher. I mean high school. If you are allowed to study over there, but you need to get the exam and everything. You need to show you are right people. You are good at sports, and then you get the opportunity to study over there. So in the trial camp, I been over there, and one of my coach told me, I think you're not that tall enough for a pace bowler. Which is very true, and I also realized, yeah, that could be happen. And I also realized, like, pace bowler always have lots of injury, so
Yeah.
maybe I should choose spin, and then my coach asked me to bowl some spin, and within like one session, she's just very impressed about my turn and everything, and she suggests me like you should bowl spin. I said okay, fine. I really like how I bowling, and that's how I started when I'm like 12 years old. Sorry,
Hmm.
11 years old, 11 or 12, something like that time I started off spin, but I was very good wicket keeper and I can bowl pace, but my wicket keeper skill was good.
Yeah, yeah, and involved in the game a lot as a wicket keeper as well.
Yeah, I used to, when I start playing, I used to keep and bowl at the same time, which I really enjoyed. Like I get two opportunity, not only bowling. So yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Now, you're still very young when you make your debut for Bangladesh. 2018, you're playing against South Africa. Tell us a little bit about the lead up to making your debut and how you found out you're going to be representing your country.
Yeah, they have some interesting story. I supposed to make my debut bit more early. 2015, I get called for national team. That time I was just only 14 and 15, kind of, but I couldn't make in the team. And 2016, again, I get in the squad, and I had a tour in Ireland. I supposed to have debut in 2016, but we get only get one opportunity to play over there in Ireland, and all the games is washed out. So I was a bit
Oh.
unlucky.
So you were thinking you were going to actually make your debut in Ireland.
Yeah, and even one match, we already my coach already put my name in, but we don't even had the toss or anything. So it's not
Oh.
my like debut or official games. And yeah, and then I was very young, and I was looks like very young that time, and all the new coaches coming, and I just always out of the team. So it's like more likely after I in the team 2015, I'm just out and in the team. And then yeah, 2018, after again 2 years long wait, I get opportunity for playing for Bangladesh, like lots of drama kind of. And then yeah, it was very special, one of the special moment in my life. Finally, what I was looking for, as I mentioned before, I always in my childhood team, I want to be a cricketer. They have no other profession I was looking
Mm.
for. So yeah, it's like very special moment for me and like my family. So yeah, but unfortunately I didn't play well, and also I didn't bowl yet for Bangladesh team.
Yep.
Like I didn't bowl any single delivery. So yeah, but yeah, it was like kind of like mixed feeling. Especially it was very special for the debut, but I'm just not happy about the performance. But yeah, it is what it is. Like it's a good learn for me. So
Yeah,
yeah, good
yeah. I was about
break.
about to say cricket is a great sport for learning, learning about yourself, learning about how you deal with disappointment, and obviously that disappointment in Ireland of being ready to play, you've been really excited, and then it rains, and then you
Yeah,
have to wait 2 years before you get that next chance. And I imagine that excitement would have been building over those 2 years as well.
yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it's like kind of like I was like always, oh, when I'm gonna get the opportunity. And even not only that, I was in that team couple of times, but I was like only 12 man. Didn't get the opportunity. So I always like, when is my time coming? And when I get the opportunity, I was pretty nervous. It's like very young. You cannot hold your nerve or something. So, but yeah, it's all right. It's a good feeling, but it's okay. Like I'm not happy with the performance for sure.
Yeah, yeah, and you're working very hard to try and get more opportunities, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, were you overawed at all? Like, there's some pretty big names in that South African team. Were some of them your heroes?
Yeah, I really like Shabnam's pace bowling. I remember when I go for batting, the couple of like players just let me like, oh, baby coming, which is funny. Like I was very young and I looks like more younger. Like I looks like 17 or 16. And yeah, I remember like when we had a net with the other people, and there have some boys come to our nest and they ask me, "How old are you? Like, are you 14 or 15?" Which is so funny. So no, I'm playing national team. You can't ask me like this. I'm 18 years old. So yeah, it's good though. But yeah, yeah, I just like this is my first international experience, and I feel like oh my god, they are too good, man. And yeah, especially that time, all the right now we were playing. Maximum was in the team, and I saw the Laura's batting. So, oh, how classical she is. And also Jan Van nice leg spinner, and also she's very good captain at the same time. Cap also bowling so well. So that's just kind of full strength team of South Africa, and and then I realized what the international levels looks like.
Yeah, and did that inspire you in the sense that you saw you in and around that group? You get to spend some time. You're still in the squad when Bangladesh win the Asia Cup tournament as well. Is that right?
Yeah, I was in the team as well when Bangladesh win the Asia Cup, and it was one of the like even in men's and women's history, this is the major cup we win. So it was pretty special, and we get good awards from cricket board as well. So yeah, it's like the the vibes and environment was so good in Asia Cup time. Lots of supporter, and it's very close game, and India is big team. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that would just be an unforgettable experience to beat one of the best teams in the world and just be a part of it and soak it all in.
Yeah, yeah, that was so good, so special moment.
Now, you decide to come to Australia. Can you tell us a little bit about how a young lady in Bangladesh finds a way down under, down to Australia? What led to that decision?
Yeah, it's like it's 2019. Yeah, I had my ACT exam, and also I just finished my ACT. I had a little break, and I also there have a one Bangladesh women's team is going a tour in South Africa, and I unfortunately I couldn't make it. I was a bit like upset, and then at the same time I get a I feel like I can go overseas and play some cricket around the world, and Australia was always my first priority. As I know, Australia women's team is the best in the world, so that's the thing. I just would like to justify myself, like just judge myself, and at the same time, I would like to learn the new skill, how they play, why they are so good. It can say explore myself. So that's the thing. In the off season, I feel like I can go over there and play. So I had a plan for camp here for 3 months only, 3 4 months.
Mm.
Play the Premier Cricket in Sydney. So that's how I came, and then I ending up still I am there. There have like COVID going on, and also there have like I tried to go back home couple of times, but yeah, I couldn't make it because of the COVID restriction. That time I
Oh,
couldn't go, and it was like not pre-planned. I live here, so it suddenly I changed my mind, and I start liking the lifestyle, and especially when I realized I can play cricket here as well, so it's not makes me feel that bad.
yeah.
So that's the thing I really enjoy, and enjoy to live in Australia, and at the same time I can play cricket, especially now I'm in the good competitive cricket I can play. So I'm happy about how I'm going. But
Yeah,
the main purpose of me to come here to learn this new skill and explore myself.
yeah, that's really exciting to hear how well you adapted to change because it was a big change coming over here. You think you're only going to be here for 3 months. The whole world shuts down essentially during the COVID pandemic, and then you've just adapted and you've made it a really positive experience. Was there anything particularly hard? Like, what was the hardest part about moving?
Yeah, especially like I had a study back home in boarding school, so we normally don't do anything rather than doing sports and study. Like we don't cook, we don't go grocery shopping, or we don't know, we don't need to go anywhere. Like everything is ready over there, and it's like we just focus on our study and sports. That's it, and yeah, enjoy your life. That's it. But when I came here, it's like lots of thing I have to do by myself, and yeah, in the our school we're not normally allowed to go outside, so I don't know that much about outside world. So it's like
Yeah.
huge chance for me. So now I need to like do my shopping, groceries, and cooking myself. I never cook back home, so that's a like huge chance if I compare. But it's always good for learning, and I feel like I'm getting more strong, and also just like I know how to manage myself.
Ha-
So yeah, that's yeah,
have you enjoyed Australian food? What's
yeah,
the
yeah.
has that been an easy transition to get used to the Australian culture and the Australian food in that respect?
Yeah, I really love the culture and food at the same time. So I'm normally don't normally if I compare with back home, they eat like more spicy and more masala stuff. So I usually like how we grow our family. We don't eat that much masala and spicy food. So it's like very okay with me, and I love the food. And I remember once my friends they came to World Cup here and they just said to me, "Oh, we are really struggling the food. How do you survive?" Which is funny, but I'm very good with the food. I love the food here.
Oh, that's great. And who have been your biggest influences since being here? Who's made a big impact on you from a cricketing perspective and I guess a personal perspective as well?
Yeah, it's like kind of my decision, and also one of my coach he always told me if you do over there well, why should you come back or play here? So it's up like it's like always my family also tell me it's like up to me if I feel like I feel good here. They don't have any issue. They're just supporting me, which is good support, great support from family. And also I realize the lifestyle is I really happy with the lifestyle. As a woman, I'm very much independent. I can do whatever I want. No one like bother or no one disturbing me, which I really love about.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the thing. I feel like this is really nice, and also I'm just happy with the how I playing cricket right now, and also I like know lots of cricketers. They also playing for two countries. So it's kind of similar to me. Like I feel like why not me if I am doing well here and get the opportunity. So yeah.
Yeah, and who are some of the cricket people that you've enjoyed spending time with in Australia and learning from?
Yeah, especially like when I playing Bankstown, there have couple of cricketers, Ash Gardner and Rachel Hans, Alisa Healy. They are my teammates over there. I'm really good with them. But once I came in Canberra, I'm just uh, more connected with my other teammates, spending more time with them. Especially, I would like to mention Katie Mack. She's like great cricketer, good cricket sense. I always learn from her and always like look how fit she is, how knowledge. I always love to chat about all the way cricket perspective, and also Holly. She's great leader, and such a supportive teammate. So yeah, especially I would like to say they are very nice. I would like to say all the teammates are very nice, but if I would like to mention say two people, couple of person, they are like Holly and Katie, very supportive and very like good model for me to learn from them.
Yeah. Yeah, we had Katie as a guest on our podcast a couple of years ago now. She's a wonderful human being and very dedicated cricketer, very hard trainer, and always looking to get the best out of herself and she's really done a wonderful job down there at the ACT Meteors.
Yeah, she's doing really good job and she performs so well for us. She's great leader. We are happy to have her as a captain. So yeah.
Yeah, and let's talk about your move to Canberra. So you played at the Sydney Cricket Club, then you went across to Bankstown. Had a really good time down there at Bankstown. You made the team of the year playing for Bankstown in the Sydney Women's Premier competition.
Yeah, I'm feel like good. Like I'm feel bit lucky at the same time. Like my first year, I play for Sydney Cricket Club, and in the we make the championship. And my last 2 years, Bankstown was when I joined the Bankstown team. It's like not in the top of the list, like kind of bottom of the list, and then we make the semi-final back to back. And yeah, and I'm happy how I perform. I was like back to back second highest wicket taker for the competition, and I was like making the team of the year back to back. And yeah, it was great. It was like very good competition in Sydney Premier Cricket. I really enjoy the vibes and the competition over there. And I'm so lucky to I play all the way like Premier Cricket and coming WNCL. So I know like it boosts up my confidence at the same time. So yeah, I'm just very thankful. Like I'm very glad to playing this competition over there.
And who gives you the phone call and says, "Would you like to come down to Canberra?" Or is that something that you organised yourself?
Yeah, it's me and my manager, we organize by ourselves. So I think Canberra they are looking for a office spinner. So my manager asked me, "Do you like to go over there and trial for give a trial?" And see, yeah, I was looking for the opportunity to the next level, and I feel like, oh, that's a great opportunity. So I've been there. Our coach John asked me for trialing, and then I've been there twice and have a trial. So, and then Jono said, like, we are happy how you perform, but at the moment, that time they already contacted all the players, so it's a bit late for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then he asked me if I am interested, I can come in here in Canberra and practicing with the team. And if I do well, they'll have a opportunity for me, open the door for me to playing. So I take the risks at the same time. So
Yeah.
I moved all the way. It's a big move. I don't know that much people in Canberra, so arranging houses and living by myself quite hard. But I always, as a person, I always love to take challenge, and I always think outside the box. Always,
Yeah.
so I get that opportunity from I get practice from ACT cricket ACTs and everything. I get the facility to use the indoor and whenever I would like to practice. So which is really I'm very much thankful to cricket ACT, all the staff and coaches, and yeah, and then finally I make it.
Yeah, yeah. Tell us about the debut down at Wade Park in Orange. I was fortunate to be there for both of those games down in Orange, a beautiful part of New South Wales, country New South Wales, and there were lots of fans at the game, lots of kids getting autographs, and you got to make your debut. Tell us a little bit about the lead up to that game and how it felt to get that cap for the first time.
Yeah, it's like when I know I'm gonna going to Orange before I'm going to play. So it was like I'm not sure I'm going to play this game. So I just know I'm gonna traveling with the team. So which is like okay because you don't know you're gonna play or not, but it's still I was like positive. And the next day, Jono called me and said like you're going to play. It was very emotional thing for me when I know that. And at the same time, I was very excited at the same time, like when I'm gonna play. And when I've been to the Orange, such a nice place over there. Some lovely ground, facilities wise. And yeah, my teammates also very welcoming me, which is nicest part of course, on my debut, how they welcome me. And yeah, it's like I was very excited, but I tried to not be. And yeah, I was nervous at the same time. And the atmosphere is so good. It's like looks like they're welcoming me. Actually, not they're come to watch our game, but it's. I'm very glad that lots of people come to watch our game in WNCL. Didn't came that much supporter normally. The great atmosphere, the vibes, and then and this is so good and feel like so special to make the debut in this ground. I should remember this. It was like one of my best memories so far.
Yeah, yeah, and then you get your first wicket, Lauren Smith LBW. What are the emotions like? You deliver the ball, big appeal, and then the reality of your first WNCL wicket. How long did that take to sink in?
Yeah, and before I playing this game, I was watching couple of girls like star girls, and then I saw couple of girls in our like couple of girls they like play couple of games, but it still didn't get any wicket. It makes me oh my god, no, it's not. That's not nice. Like sometimes, like after 4 5 games, if you play and didn't get any wicket, and so and once I start bowling, there have couple of chance coming, and I was thinking maybe I am this unlucky person as well who not get the wicket in the debut. I was a bit negative, honestly speaking, and yeah, when I get the wicket it was pretty special, and yeah, how how my teammates cheering for me, and well, like it was so nice. Like once I get the wicket, and yeah, I said, oh, okay, finally I make it. Otherwise, I feel like, oh, I'm the unluckiest one. But yeah, that's
Uh,
so good.
yeah, and then some wickets in the game on the Sunday as well. So you're starting to feel a bit more comfortable and a bit more at home in the team.
Yeah, if my first game, I was especially my first 2 overs. Whoever watched, they said me, you look very nervous, and I was very nervous. And yeah, I thought like after my first 2 overs, the done my captain gonna not give me my bowling anymore because I didn't bowl how I bowl normally.
Yep.
Sometimes it's like nerves going on, but yeah, my captain understand my situation and she give me the ball, and I also do it well. I'm just happy about it. But after my second over done, first 2 overs, I was like, oh my god, my career is done.
Well done, Katie Mack there for keeping you in the game.
And then yeah, I'm so happy like my captain give me opportunity and I prove myself now I'm better than this.
That's really good. That's really good. Now, outside of cricket, what are your interests? I know you're a South Sydney Rugby League fan. Do you want to tell us a bit about that and maybe any other things that you do outside of cricket that you find really interesting?
Yeah, like I normally don't. I used to not watching NRL that much when we are. I was in back home, but when I came to Australia, and yeah, it's like I started watching on TV. They have some games going on, and try to learn what is that. And I've been to the in the games couple of times. And then yes, oh, that's so cool. And I really like Little Mitchell. I'm big fan of him. So that's the thing. Before last year, he was like playing for Roosters, and yeah, we just make fun always. Like I asked him to come rabbit holes, and that's why he make it. And I'm so happy now.
So, so,
He's in the, yeah.
so South Sydney fans have you to thank.
Now I'm very happy. Like he's in rabbit holes, and yeah, it's like good combination about him and me now. And he is such a great player, good to watch, and yeah, very. I really like his game, how he play, always looking for the opportunity. So yeah.
Yeah, and outside of watching the footy, is there any other things that take your interest?
Yeah, I do some cricket coaching. like when I have off time, and I really enjoy it. I love to spending time with the kids, and I have really good relation with the kids who I'm teaching, and I feel I get always good positive feedback, and always enjoy that time. It's very refreshing, like it's refresh my mind, and I really enjoy cricket coaching with the kids. And also I like to spending time by myself, relax in home, and also I really like enjoy the natural beauty, explore the food culture, different countries food culture, and also I always love to visit natural places. So yeah.
Oh, there's lots of beautiful places down in Canberra where you can go and just take in the scenery. Yeah, I took my family down there just before Christmas last year, and we had a great time exploring around Canberra. So a good place for that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the thing I really like about Canberra. It's like more green and bit quiet. It's like goes with my personality, and yeah, I really love Canberra. It's such a nice place for living.
And probably the only downside of Canberra for you would be running your 2 kilometre time trials in the middle of winter.
Yeah, I remember when I am here, and we had some couple of running sessions very early morning, like 7 a.m. is very early morning in winter, and I had my snow jacket on, and I ran.
Uh,
It was like fun of it because it's so cold. There have no other way I can run, but yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah.
5, 5, 6 degrees Celsius, and yeah, I just put my snow jackets on and I start running, and I couldn't even move. It is windy, and I'm so heavy once I had this jacket.
uh, oh, that's a funny picture in my head there of you trying to run around with your big, your big jacket on, trying to keep up with the group. Be very, very hard to get going in those conditions. Now, to finish off our interview, our favourite question here that we've asked lots of people and got such a good range of answers to this question, and it's sort of based on the idea of often people ask who you'd most like to have over for dinner and that kind of thing. But we're cricketers. This is a cricket podcast, so
Yeah.
we want to create a dream net session for you. If
Yeah.
Simona's having a cricket net and she can have whoever she wants to come, who would you like to invite, and why would you have them there?
Yeah, I'm gonna invite for sure cricket players. So I'm gonna like I'm my favorite cricket player, like favorite batsman. I'm gonna invite Virat Kohli. I'm gonna happy to. I'm very excited and happy to like bowling him, and also I'm gonna invite Nathan Lyon,
Yep.
and also he's my favorite office spinner, and also I'm gonna invite Sakib Al Hasan. So he's my
Oh yeah.
favorite all rounder. So it's like combined like I want to bat like Virat Kohli. Honestly, I want to bowl like Nathan Lyon as a bowler, and I want to be all rounder like Sakib Al Hasan. And I invite all my three favorite cricketers, so I can learn from them and I can bowl them. And yeah, I think it will be my dream next session.
Oh, that sounds outstanding. That sounds outstanding. I'd love to be there to see that happen one day. And thank you so much, Simona, for spending some time with us. I really think you have a powerful story. You're a risk taker. You backed yourself, and you've done lots of hard things to get where you are today. And it's really encouraging to see where you've got to so far. And we're really excited to see where you're going to go in the future, and keep chasing those dreams and keep believing in yourself. And we look forward to seeing your story unfold further.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your kind words, and hopefully I can do something well better than now in future. And yeah, and hopefully inshallah I can feel my dream at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
A massive thanks to Simona for joining us on this edition of the Cricket Library podcast. Inspirational stuff. What a wonderful journey she's been on so far. What a brave young lady she is, taking the risk of leaving her home country and coming somewhere new to pursue her dream. And we really hope to see all of those dreams come to fruition in the future as she continues to evolve as a cricketer and become the best that she can possibly be. And we're right behind her here at the Cricket Library. And if you enjoyed that story, no doubt you'll enjoy plenty of the other great stories that have been told on the Cricket Library podcast over the years. We've been going for many years now, and our aim is to share stories with you that inspire you to love and play the game. And I think Jannatul Sumona's story is definitely one that will do that, and as are lots of the other ones. And you can do yourself a favour and do us a favour at the same time by hitting the subscribe button, telling your friends, sharing on your social media, doing all the things that get the word out there to let other people know about the Cricket Library podcast, because we'd love more listeners on board and more people to get to share in the joy that we have in telling these stories. And we've got more on the way as well. So keep your eye out on the podcast feeds. Plenty more great stories to be told. This has been Matt Ellis for the Cricket Library podcast. Bye for now.